Hey, everybody. It's Wednesday. You know what that means. That's right. It's time for Sarcastic Distractions, the interesting podcast for interesting people. Featuring, as always, the Gentleman Society of Podcasting. Myself, Harvey. My heterosexual life mate, David.
You know?
And the ever-loving, ever-crazy AJ. Yeah, see,
Sorry, you scared me.
Well, I wasn't done. I was going to say ever screaming too, but then
Okay,
you can't
well,
jump. But I mean,
I was
perfect.
frightened.
You were
He was
very frightened.
Yes, yeah. His eyes were wide. He was screaming, going, and not like eyes wide in excitement, just in fear. Like,
And did I see a little jump out of the chair there? I think
well,
a
yeah,
little
yeah,
bit.
yeah, a little jump. Yeah,
little
not
bit.
too much, because again, you don't want to
No.
get too exercisey here.
And also
Just a
not
little
too
bit
much, but a little pee dribble too. Did I not see that? A little? Okay, well, it's okay. It's a scary
Moments of good time. There's no cameras.
I know. And we couldn't figure it out. We are actually talking about frightening things, the scary things. We're talking about irrational fears. This is AJ's topic, so take it away, AJ. Let us know what you want to talk about in terms of irrational fears. I'm curious to know what you mean by irrational
Oh, we're talking
fears.
about
Well,
yourself.
I am an irrational
Sorry,
fear.
move on.
I guess that is the question. What
What do you consider? Yeah.
what do you consider irrational?
I think balloons. Being afraid of balloons seems pretty irrational to me.
Like, is being afraid of like spiders irrational? Or is that are there irrational fears and rational? Oh, I guess there are.
Yes,
'Cause,
yes.
Yeah.
I'm afraid of being murdered, but I mean,
Yeah,
kind of
well,
who
I
isn't?
mean-
Well, no. But why are you afraid of that?
Yeah,
to me,
that's-
that can be irrational.
I'm gonna go with Dave on that one. Like, it's not that you're afraid of murder. Why are you afraid it's gonna happen?
Like,
I'm not afraid. I don't think I'm afraid it's gonna happen. I just wouldn't want to die.
Oh,
that
okay.
way.
Oh well, no, yeah,
not-
that's
I would
fine.
Be
Yeah.
afraid, quote unquote, to die that way.
that's-
Okay, that's
Is
not
that-
a fear, though.
That's
Mike.
not okay.
Yeah,
To
that's
me-
different.
to me,
yeah,
that's
I
not a
agree.
fear.
That's just choosing
That's
how you want to
logic.
go out.
Yeah. You know, when I
Exactly.
die, I'm going to die when I'm 103 in my bed with an erection, happy.
Yeah, me
Well, I guess it'd be kinda
148 with an
scary.
erection on my skateboard.
Kind of
That's
scary
where
to get murdered, I guess, depending on how.
But it's not a rational fear.
Yeah,
To me,
So-
that's
I like if you were being hunted, then you would rationally be afraid of someone murdering you.
Okay,
But
if
the
you're
fact that no one's doing that.
sitting in
So
the
then-
library.
so that's the question.
Well, to me,
Is someone hunting you? I know. I don't know.
well, that could be an irrational fear.
That
When you have that
question, too.
fear, to me, I took the topic, and like always, we didn't discuss ahead of time. I took this topic as true rational fears that I have, which is
Okay.
I am one of those lovely individuals who, in any situation, thinks of the 4 billion ways I could die, but they're all irrational. Like I just, and again,
Oh, you like
especially
spontaneous combustion.
not quite to that level, fair, but little silly things, especially having children.
Wait a second. Out of all the fucking ways, and it's all the ways
That
you
was
could have
just
said,
silly.
like spontaneous combustion.
that's fine.
Oh
That-
yeah,
I can-
no,
I can
not
deal
like
with
that.
that. I can
No,
deal with
that was fine. I'm
Like
talking.
my head blowing up and exploding, and
Exactly.
that's
Well,
worse
yeah,
than
things like
spontaneous
that.
That's
combustion.
coming
Things
out of my pores.
Little silly things like my child's taking the city bus for the first time by herself, and it's just like, oh god,
Oh yeah,
I can think of every possible thing. Don't do this. Don't do that. Don't do this.
yeah.
Irrational.
I get moments like that. I know what you're
Right.
talking about, but
Yeah.
like I find it's like step by step
Yeah,
by
yeah,
step.
well, that's just it. Or I'm like sitting outside, and it's like 5 minutes past the time we're supposed to meet up, and the people I'm meeting with haven't texted, messaged anything about
Oh, wow,
where
yeah.
they're at, and I'm like, shit, what's wrong? Where are those guys?
That is pretty
So
scary.
like when Chris and me are late,
Oh.
you're wondering if we've been like eaten by land sharks or something.
Less
Like,
so
That
now.
would be irrational, though.
To be
right?
honest, and it's less so now because I've learned over the years to stop always, and maybe it's not the same thing, but it's what I thought of. I stopped over time. I've learned how to not always worry about every possible thing that could happen,
Right.
because especially, and Jen, if she was here, she could tell many stories where I'd have freak out moments because I thought she'd be home at 8:00, wasn't home till like 9:30, and
Oh yeah.
and again, back before there was really cell phones and shit like that, because even with cell phones, I would send a message, hey, how's it going? Not get a response, and I start to freak
Yeah.
out. What the fuck's going on?
yeah.
And of course, she gets home, and it's just the cell phone was dead, got stuck in traffic.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
But less now, though it's still there a little bit as an edge, but definitely more when I was younger. Like I would have freak out moments where I would just irrationally think the worst is happening. The worst is happening. Oh my god,
Yeah. That's a
irrational. That's one of my.
that's irrational worrying. I think.
Worrying, fear, yeah.
Yeah.
Because
get
I would
that.
be afraid.
for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I feel that. Yeah.
So that's one of my irrational fears.
I'm
That's-
afraid of sharks.
Like
That-
legit.
Yeah. Well, not like
Like right now,
like-
you're afraid of sharks because
like-
they can't get you here.
Yeah, that one
If they get you here, holy fuck, that's a one
well, I
impressive
guess
shark.
no, like
falling from the sky.
I would never, I would never go do one of those diving with sharks things.
Oh, in the cage
Oh, yeah?
and all that
Fuck
shit.
no, not in the cage, outside of the cage, on top of the cage.
Would you go
in the boat.
surfing?
Fuck no.
You wouldn't even try surfing.
Surfing, yeah, but
You would try surfing.
I
But if they had a yellow warning, he wouldn't then.
yeah. If there was like, hey, surf at your own risk because fucking lots of
Sharks out
sharks,
here,
then
yeah.
fuck no,
Okay.
Yeah.
probably not.
All right.
I have to admit,
I'm not afraid of sharks. No, sorry.
Like if I'm
I'm not
in
gonna fuck with a shark.
yeah.
But like, I would probably do one of those cage things. Like,
if
I
I'm
mean,
in if I'm
I
in
wouldn't
an
do the cage
aquarium and
thing.
I see like there's then yeah, but I still get that the nagging little nugget Jaws 3
It's
back
'cause
in
of
the back
Jaws.
of my
Yeah.
head.
Yeah,
And
for
it's
sure.
definitely because of Jaws.
Yeah.
Like I used to be afraid of like going into pools. I remember having nightmares when I was a kid, like swimming in a pool, and then there'd be one of those
Oh, yeah.
underwater
Gotcha.
supervillain fucking
Oh,
cages
right.
that
Yeah.
would open up and a shark would come out and shit
Yeah.
like that. Fuck yeah,
so
dude.
logical.
That's awesome.
So would that
That's
be
hilarious.
irrational?
I think that might be a little irrational because your fear is based on a movie, which a lot of people.
Well,
That's
it's,
the same
thing.
it's also based off the fact that they're killing machines.
Yeah, but there's
they're
very
bred
little.
to destroy people.
Yeah, but there's
Not
very
people,
little
but
to.
things.
Yeah, they don't. There's very few shark attacks on
And
humans.
I know
Go to
that.
Australia.
I know, but
It
still,
happens
there's
a lot.
Apparently,
But
sharks
there's.
in Australia are dicks.
But here's
Yeah.
the thing: there
Well-
are what we can all agree there are way more car accidents in the world and deaths by car
Yes.
accidents
Yes.
than there are shark attacks.
Yes.
Yet
Yes.
we all get into vehicles every day.
Nope.
And
That's a pretty fair point. You get into a vehicle, you ride on the bus.
that's right, and you ride your bike
Not every day.
with other vehicles.
I am not in the
But-
vehicle.
but
You're
you
on,
still
a,
trust-
on a
trusting-
vehicle.
No,
You're-
you said
Okay.
in.
All right,
the-
semantics. Okay,
We ride vehicles every day.
that's right. We ride vehicles.
That I
all
do.
I'm saying is we trust in those systems more so than we trust in.
Well, it's not the system. You're trusting other people.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I
Whereas
guess
sharks. You know,
I guess this is stupid.
we
now
live
that
in
I'm-
London, Ontario. There's
now
no
that I'm
sharks
thi-
coming.
Now that I'm thinking about it, this is kind of stupid because it's the fact, and I know what's going to be said after I say this. It's the fact. It's the unpredictability. But people are just as unpredictable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's kind
And not just even always.
yeah.
I get, yeah, but it's
Yeah.
still
In
like,
fact, one
don't
might
know,
say
they
sharks
just-
are probably more predictable
they-
than
they look
than
scary.
fucking.
They do look
humans.
They have
scary.
big,
Oh, yeah.
noshing
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, okay, if
You
it
got
was
Dave to
I know I'm
snort.
not supposed to laugh right now, but fuck, man.
if it was a whale shark,
Ah.
I'd be cool
Okay.
because it's big and doesn't really.
It's funny.
It wants nothing to do with you.
No shark wants anything to do with you. Like that's
Wow.
the thing. Like
Unless
no,
they're
no, I mean,
hungry.
unless you're
Unless
fucking
it's
with
hungry.
them. No, you gotta be fucking
or
with them.
threatened. Hungry or threatened.
Yeah, but I mean, that's such a rare occurrence. Like that's what I'm saying. Like sharks typically don't want to fuck with you. They don't want anything to do with you because they are on the bigger, better things. Unless you provide them, yeah, like I guess a threatening thing. In which case you should be afraid of a shark. Because why the fuck are you
But
threatening a shark?
it's even those scenarios when it's hungry.
Yes.
and,
And it's
look-
close to
and-
shore.
And that's why surfers get attacked a lot
Yes.
because they look like a fucking
It can,
flopping
yeah,
animal.
those can happen. But again, they're more on the rare side than
No.
they're the exception rather
They
than the rule.
just creep me out. They
That-
fascinate me.
I would like to
Like,
point
I'm,
out
I'm
that
fascinated by sharks, and I will watch a
Yeah.
Shark Week or see a shark in
Yeah, there
an
you go.
aquarium or something.
Okay.
I won't like.
you just
not
won't get
that
in the
afraid.
water.
Like it's not like when people like say they're afraid of heights and they like collapse,
Right.
like their knees.
I
get
don't
wobbly
collapse,
and
but I
blah,
do not
He's
like.
not a fan of heights.
Oh,
yeah,
I
no.
do not like.
Yeah.
No
So
heights
then
for
that
me.
that would I guess would be the rational fear, whereas
Well,
having-
it depends. Like,
having an outright panic attack and just turning into jelly would be
well,
more
wait a second. Is he
irrational.
afraid it'd be like 2 feet off the ground? It's like or is he like standing on the
Okay,
edge of a
okay.
10-story building? Because then he should rationally be afraid of that.
I don't like going on the roof of my house.
Okay.
Okay, see, I'm cool with that.
I know. My wife does the Christmas lights and
But
shit
you're
of this
cool with
nature.
airplanes?
You know what's funny? I am. I don't
Is
know.
it because you're contained?
And roller coasters, yeah.
I think I can't really do roller coasters too. Well, I'll come to that one in a moment. So for planes, I don't know what it is. They don't bug me. Planes, maybe it's the contain. Maybe it's because it's so high. I don't know. I planes don't bug me. but you put me into like a tower and I can
Like
like
CN Tower, you would
see-
know.
I would know no.
No.
Mm.
I wouldn't do CN
Oh,
Tower.
see, I've
When I did
laid
Empire,
face first on the glass floor in the
Yeah,
CN
nice.
Tower, I can do that shit.
Yeah.
when we went up to Empire State, I walked out, looked down, walked back. I'm done.
Just to say, yep, I did.
I did
Okay,
it.
bye bye.
Yep, that was basically after waiting 2 hours in a fucking line. But at any rate,
Yeah.
so I don't know, human brain, eh?
It's a
What about
weird
you, sir?
thing. I don't really have any irrational fears. I think the only thing.
Irrational.
Yeah, no, I don't. Like, I don't know. I think the only thing, and we
You don't
kind
have,
of
like,
experienced it a little bit at the Fan Expo. If I'm indoors and too big of a crowd is generating around me, I definitely feel
Little
like that
claustrophobic.
claustrophobic.
there were the two times when one time we were trying to get through the door at the
I was
bottom
not a
there,
fan of that. Yeah.
And then when we got up, there was
But
another.
I don't
chunk.
consider that irrational because if shit goes down, we're fucked. Right? Like that's it. We're cattle.
See,
right? So there's nothing irrational about it.
If he's in the water with a shark, he's fucked. if I'm at the
Right.
But
top
also
of the
to the
building
point
and
that
I
like
fall,
I also
I'm
am not
fucked.
like to the point where I'm freaking out or anything like that or
And
whatever.
yeah, I don't have any
That's
fears
right.
like
you
that.
didn't. You didn't
Ideal.
have like any panic attacks. You were
No.
able to. We were able to redirect your thoughts somewhere else by
Sure.
having a conversation.
And breathing.
Yeah.
Breathing helps.
So
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. I don't really like I said, very much like you jumping in the water with a shark. I would not jump into
A pool.
a
with a shark.
lion.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, a cage with lions and tigers. But that doesn't make me afraid of lions and tigers. That just makes me smart. Like,
But
like,
are
I'm gonna
you
go fuck with
cool?
them.
Are you cool with like concerts and mosh pits? and
Yeah, actually,
crowds and
we
stuff
talked
like
about that too
That's
when we were
weird.
when we went to Rock the Park. We're outdoors. I didn't feel claustrophobic at all. Outside, it doesn't seem to bother me.
Oh,
very
outside
much.
for sure. Okay, well,
For
what
sure.
if you were
But
in a-
also-
what if you were in a stadium though?
Last one I was in, it didn't seem to affect me that much either.
Interesting.
Also, too,
Mindset.
possibly. Remember the Boys and Girls Club used to have the tunnels with the balls or the foam or whatever
Oh yeah.
that would connect between the two
Yep.
rooms. That never freaked me out. I would go
Yeah.
through those things all the time, whatever. I think it's something to do with people,
Okay.
mass amounts of people,
I would say
and the
I'm-
unpredictability of people.
I'm claustrophobic at the point where if I can't move my limbs,
Oh, that's fair.
and I
Yeah,
think it has
yeah,
to
sure.
be all four limbs.
Okay.
If you
got,
can
like,
move at
one
least
moving, you're
one,
okay.
Yeah, because my dad he's a big guy and he used to do the thing where he'd like squish me and tickle
Yeah,
me
yeah,
or
yeah.
whatever, right? But then I'd be pinned
Right.
and it'd be like, dude, get off. And he'd be like, oh no. Be like, dude, like no. And that's kind of. But if I were able to get something,
I've been moving.
Yeah.
You felt a little more.
then it was like just okay.
I
Get
hope
your
you
brain
never
going.
have to have
Yeah,
an
it's-
MRI.
And see, no, those are fine. I've
Really?
had MRIs and CAT scans and shit like that.
But you're like, you can't move. I guess you're not bound though. Fair. You're making the choice to not move.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
I'm going in saying, okay, I
Yeah.
understand what this process is.
Gotcha.
Therefore,
Yeah, it's
cool.
yeah. So it's more not so much the not move; it's being
it's
bound.
like if I were to have to be strapped to a
Gotcha.
freaking bed because I was in a psych ward or something like that,
Right.
it would probably make me worse,
Yeah.
right?
Okay, I
That'd
better
be
understand. That.
problematic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah,
but
being
if I can move
restrained
one limb,
against your will.
like it's weird if I can move a leg. Even can't do much with your leg, but even if I can like just, I have that. It must be control.
Mm.
Yeah.
I have control over something.
Something.
At least, right?
Right.
So,
Yeah.
I
Interesting.
don't know.
Yeah.
It's kind of therapeutic, man. So what about? I guess phobias would be different, like arachnophobia
I think it's all the same.
or
In a sense.
tryptophobia, where people are afraid of like holes. Like if they see like a fucking honeycomb or some shit, they quiver.
That's
Oh,
my
that is
dog.
interesting.
My dog hates fucking grates. He hates fucking anything.
Oh, really?
underground.
Your dog has
will, not,
tryptophobia.
will not walk over. He's like, I don't trust what the fuck's going on down there. It's not gonna bite. That's not gonna bite. Yeah. So,
Nice.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I have any phobias
What about-
personally.
What about triskaidekaphobia?
Fear of missing out, I guess.
Have you heard of this?
I have not.
Triskaidekaphobia. It's the fear of the number 13.
No, I don't have that fear.
Yeah, I've heard that.
But see, now that would be probably something that would class more into the irrational.
Now,
Well,
Like 80 years
most-
ago, no.
It did it really. Okay, let's say, like you said, jumping into something with potentially dangerous animals or a number.
yeah, no, I know, but like their superstitions
one's
were
more
far
irrational?
larger, and they're more socially acceptable. So people being afraid of the number 13, even though it was like widely assumed or whatever, yeah, irrational, but not as irrational.
To
as it
be
would
honest,
today.
he has a valid point because there are sometimes apartment buildings and things with
Well, there's
no
13th
13.
floor.
Right.
Yeah.
there's no
Right.
13th
So
floor.
hey,
So-
it is
That was
somewhat
actually
acceptable.
Kind of a cool movie if you've
That was a good
never
movie,
seen
actually. Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
13th floor. Yeah.
So all I'm saying is like a while back, yeah, I don't think it would have been irrational, but now I'd be like, well, seriously, like I mean, it's a fucking number. Like you in China, it's a big thing. You can't use the number 4.
Wasn't
that's
it 4s and 8s?
I don't know about the 8s, but 4 is for sure. Might be
Hmm.
there might be another number 2. There might be 3. Anyway.
Yeah,
Anyways.
I think I'm down.
But the whole nation still kind of abides by that rule. So like even though it seems odd and irrational to us, to them it's like it's just you just don't use
Yeah,
number 4.
well, it's like
You don't fuck with
666
fours.
and
Yeah,
things like
exactly.
that too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so-
a little bit more religious, but 666.
yeah,
Right?
yeah,
Well,
same
that
idea.
that
yeah.
harkens to our off record conversation we're having
Okay.
in regards to tradition
Mhm.
the other night.
Mhm.
It's a whole other.
That's a whole other podcast.
That's a whole other mess of
Sure is.
nonsense.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
but yeah.
Phobias are just weird. I mean, I get why people.
Oh, I do have one, I guess.
Oh, okay. What's up?
Well, just I don't know I don't know what the actual phobia is.
We got Google. It's okay.
Yeah, and it's afraid of, and this is I'm not trying to get beat up, but afraid of being poor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because you know how I grew up. You know I grew
Okay.
up poor.
I know that feeling.
But yeah, that fear of I wouldn't want to redo that. I don't know if it's a redo. Like I got the experience, got the pictures, you know, the car,
Yeah.
all the
Wow. Or
knickknacks.
the bus route.
yeah, all those. Well, I still take bus. I just
Yeah.
like the bus. But anyway, I guess that's one thing that I sometimes am poked in fun because we call about how I'm a cheap ass. Why am I a
Sure.
cheap ass?
So
Because
you're
I'm
poor, yeah.
afraid of not having the proper money I need to, pay for bills,
feel
have a
you.
family, blah 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 blah.
I think it's called aprophobia.
Aprophobia.
Aporophobia. APORO phobia.
Aporo. Sounds nice.
Sounds interesting.
Aporophobia.
I know it's
I'm
aporophobia.
afraid of being a poro.
Fuck, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
and-
wrong. That's not PC.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. And again, it's not so much the being poor, it's that experience. So another person beside me could probably say something like, you just don't want to relive what you went through, which is true too. So,
Wait, maybe
Yeah, well,
not.
that's
I
it,
think
yeah.
it's fear of poor people.
Oh, no, I'm not afraid of poor
No,
I'm
people.
terrified
no,
of them.
No.
No, that's not what that is.
Okay. Okay.
That's like the fear of
Yeah, I'm
poor
not.
people.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
no. I'm just, one of those. And again, I don't know if I have a fear of it. It's just one of my Davisms, as I like to call it.
Well, it's a fear enough to maneuver your life to not go back there.
Yes.
Right.
Which some people
It's a
also
good
would say,
deterrent.
that's a good thing, David. Shut the fuck up.
Sure, yeah. If you could do something about
But
it,
would
you should.
suffering some kind of trauma essentially
Mhm.
be considered a phobia?
I-
Or
It could
irrational?
lend to a phobia. I don't know if it can be some sort of phobia, but like if
I don't know.
That's what I
Yeah,
mean. That's
I mean-
that's what I mean. The lending to.
Sure,
of,
sure. I
like,
mean-
could it turn into a phobia, or is it
I would
just- 'cause
imagine
that would be rational to me.
Yeah.
really.
yeah, I
Like,
would imagine if
don't
you
want to
like
do that because you've experienced it, and
Yeah.
it's not something.
yeah,
you
if you
want.
if you get bit by a spider at an early age and it's something
And it
traumatic.
goes into the bubble.
Okay.
Yep.
If you've
Okay,
ever got
yeah,
one
yeah.
of the damn bubbles.
Oh, the fucking ones with the babies under the skin.
yeah. I only saw the video, thank
so
God.
terrifying.
Oh yeah,
That's
I've
why I
heard-
don't
I've
YouTube.
heard that story.
Yeah.
with the hand.
Yeah.
Then I could see you, having a
Okay.
fear.
That's
I remember,
definitely a rational phobia at that point.
that would be rational. Okay, I guess I'm not scared of it, but I really don't like the sound of two balloons rubbing together or styrofoam rubbing together, or like that really squeaky snow.
Yeah, that's just
This just sounds like
irritating.
annoyances.
Yeah, those
sound
are
like
annoyances.
You're afraid of anything.
It's
Like, you're
one
like,
of those things.
no,
It sends shivers down my spine.
Okay.
That is a
it's
bit strange.
It's like one of
It's
those
yeah.
nails on a chalkboard
Gotcha.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
So is that a
Are you afraid of
phobia?
it?
I don't.
I try to avoid it at all costs because
But are you
I really
afraid?
don't like.
Like deep search within your soul, AJ. Are you afraid
No,
of
because I
sounds?
know there are people who are afraid of balloons. Like actually,
Like
have
if you
a
had
fear
to,
of
you could put up with
balloons.
those noises. If you had to. Absolutely had to.
No, they'd probably drive me insane.
Okay, that's something different.
But I don't think they'll kill me or hurt me.
Okay.
No, the right frequency, your head could explode
That's
or
true.
something.
See, and that goes back to
We
Dave's
saw scanners.
400,000 ways to die. Fucking
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if that would be a phobia per se.
That's
I
irritation.
used to be super afraid of Freddy Krueger.
Really?
And the concept thereof. Like the
Oh,
concept,
the concept was
of
great.
a monster being able
Sure.
to invade your dreams
Yeah.
where you're supposed to be safe.
Mhm. Yeah, it's one
But
of those. Yeah.
But then I conquered that fear once. I was having a dream
Okay.
With Freddy.
with Freddy,
Nice.
and he had goons with him for some reason. Like not like ghouls, but like just like, hey, we're Freddy's goons. Like the
Sounds-
fucking like the
sounds
fucking
like Freddy.
like the fucking penguin would have goons, right?
Yeah.
Right.
That wasn't Freddy. That was an impersonation of his goon. Man.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
God.
All right.
Wouldn't even try that. Anyway. And yeah, he was chasing me around this big house. I got to the bottom of the stairs and he threw a big spear at me
Mm.
and it went through my throat, but I decided not to wake up for some reason and I didn't die. And from that point was like, oh, well, that shit doesn't happen.
There you
The
go.
whole dying in your dream, dying in real life thing.
Sounds like you had yourself a little lucid dream there.
Yeah, it was kind of like
That just
a
sounds
whole
cool. I have to admit, I've
revelation.
never had any dream anywhere like that in my life.
Really?
No, I
Other
can-
than when I
can
got
remember-
sick with the flu.
I've had dreams like that with you in them.
I was sick with the flu once, and I was a kid, and this was before the dream I just talked about. And Freddy Krueger was standing at the end of my bed.
No, I've
Like,
had.
that's
Crazy.
how
That's crazy.
feverish I was.
Yeah,
It was
no.
fucked.
I had a feverish dream where I was screaming, freaking out, throwing shit around my bedroom. I can't remember my exact age. My mother walks in and literally had to like grab me, hold me, wake me up proper, calm me
Wow.
down over the next hour. But otherwise,
Jeez.
I will admit, like when I wake up, I have a moment of having that concept of what I was dreaming about, but it's gone. I
Oh,
never
yeah.
can remember dreams.
I remember a few, and some of them, like maybe I don't remember now, but I'm pretty sure if I opened my phone, I'd have a note app,
Oh,
Things
nice.
the dream.
That's a
Oh
good
yeah,
idea.
that's good. Dream journals are good. If you want.
Oh, they're usually the weird, like creepy, what the fuck kind of dreams.
Yeah.
Like I remember having a dream where I was being chased around a house, but it was like a never-ending sort of. You'd go to one room and it was different, but then it was never-ending. And it was being chased.
Also like Freddy.
I call that a nightmare.
Kind of, yeah, kind of. It wasn't as bleak or scary as Freddy, but it was still kind of.
Mm.
Not that we're talking scary movies. The only movie I think I ever had nightmares from was The Exorcist, for sure. The only one, and that was a
No.
situation where
I watched that when I was too older. Yeah.
Yeah,
I was definitely too
was-
young to watch
well,
that movie.
I was probably 12 or 13.
Yeah,
when
I was about
first
to
saw
say.
it,
No.
but
I was like 7 or 8.
yeah. Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh no!
Yeah, I watched a lot of
I think
myself.
the
Anyways,
scariest movie I'd watched up until that point was Terminator or
Oh,
something.
yeah, no, yeah. Anyways, but not enough to be afraid of demons going forward in life.
Yeah.
I'm sure they exist, but
You sure?
sure, why not?
Are you sure you're sure?
Why not? It's just as much as vampires exist,
No, they don't. It'd be nice if they did, but
Yeah, I believe they did. Why? Life's more fun that way.
no.
He's got a point. He's got a point.
Yeah.
So you said earlier you have FOMO?
I think we all have FOMO to a degree, but yeah, sure. For
For sure.
absolutely. Like to the point where, there's a lot of things I don't want to miss out on. I would say, I don't. Kind of to your point earlier, Dave. I don't know if it's a phobia or fear, but there is a part of me, and I'm sure there's a part of this in everybody. I want to be able to tell whatever my story is before I leave the world, right? Like I want to make sure some way, somehow I get a chance to do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'm not afraid of actually dying, but like dying without doing what I feel I wanted to do or could have done, then I think that's a little bit.
For me personally, I wouldn't call that so much a fear. It would just be one of those at that last moment of consciousness. I'd be like, motherfuck.
It's like fuck
Yeah.
shit.
It's like one of those, old school jokes about, you look at the lottery ticket, holy shit, I won the lottery. Thump, you get hit by a car or something,
exactly,
right?
Exactly, yeah.
Or the Alanis Morissette song.
Ironic, yeah.
Ironic, yeah. Which I know, bad definition, blah, blah, blah. But anyway.
I get you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so and also too, I would like to live much longer than the average life expectancy of a human because I kind of got a bit of FOMO of what the future is going to hold.
Oh, you got
civilization.
future FOMO.
Hell, fuck yeah. Like I think of where we are now and like, holy shit, where are we going to be in like 100 years? Where the fuck are we going to be? I want to see that. I want to see 1,000 years. That being
But when
greedy.
you die, are you gonna care?
Maybe.
Probably not.
No,
Hopefully.
probably
Well,
not.
then if it are you gonna be a ghost?
I don't know, maybe a spooky one.
Leave an
Maybe I'll be in
ectoplasm
heaven.
everywhere.
Maybe I'll be in heaven. Maybe I'll be in
We were
hell. Maybe I'll
talking
be in
about that
limbo.
before.
Maybe I'll be nowhere.
Then
Maybe I'll just be in the
if you're in
ground.
heaven or you're a ghost, you'll be able to see that shit.
Maybe. But something tells me if like heaven and hell exists, if
You don't get to see it if
you
you're
get
in
to
hell.
heaven, no, that's true. But if you get yourself to heaven, if that exists, then there's so much shit going on that none of the stuff on Earth matters anymore.
Well, there you go.
I feel like, yeah. But I'm still very
So-
interested in the ways of the world, and I want to see what humans
Well, then
do.
maybe you have that option though.
Maybe.
If you still hold that
Maybe.
curiosity when you go,
that
and
seems
there
like
is-
the
there
kind
is
of
a
defeat the
heaven.
point of death. But yeah, maybe that would be
Yeah, this reminds me of
Defeating
some.
The point
Well,
of death is just to stop life.
Stop life and come back. Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's my real perspective. Is unfortunately when that moment comes, it's
Yeah, maybe.
Well, nobody knows until
That's right.
the time.
Yeah, that's
so-
the best part.
But
right?
that
Like-
my suspicion is
and
unfortunately.
anybody that tells you they know, they're lying to you.
Well, it's
Yeah,
or
they're
they have
lying to you.
faith in something. Which,
Yeah,
as
they're
long
lying.
as they come with the description based on their faith, I don't mind people sharing that.
Oh, I'm okay with that too.
Or
but
their
don't
ideas.
act.
It's no different than what I just said.
Sure.
It isn't. But somebody says, "Hey, no, if you believe in this," I just said, "No, they're wrong." This.
Well, that's the thing. None of us have been there
Dead.
and come back to tell about it. So anybody that says they do know, they don't. They're not telling you the truth because nobody does know.
That's fair. They say no, that is wrong, but they say they
we can get
believe.
into
You
that
believe
whole-
is different. Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
This
for
is
sure.
going on to that whole conversation they had on the Steve-O podcast.
Ah, yes. I
With
remember
Kevin
that.
Smith.
Yes. Speaking of podcasts, shout out to Steve-O, Wild Ride podcast. It's pretty great.
Woot, woot.
Nice.
Wood. Yeah.
Woot.
Yes,
Woot.
yes, indeed.
So
Woot,
woot,
indeed.
sir.
Woot indeed. So I don't know what happens when we leave. But I mean, there is a part of me that doesn't want to miss out on what's going to happen when I'm not here anymore.
Oh, that's
At least for now.
fair.
Who knows what's
Yeah,
going to
yeah.
happen? Like however many years from now. But you know.
Well,
at this
yeah,
point in time.
it's all fair.
Yeah.
It's
but
like they
other
had
than
the
that-
television show or whatever where they're angels or something. And he keeps resetting it. Shit.
Angels.
As the guy from Cheers, the bartender from Cheers in it, he's
Oh, the Good
Woody.
Place.
good place.
Oh, the Good Place. Oh,
that
yeah,
was
yeah.
a good story. They had a really good play
That's
on
a
that one.
Great.
The
yeah.
end of it
good
was one of my favorites where it's that, they're all just enjoying whatever they want in
Yeah.
life. But at some point, even they want to be done with that.
Right.
It was a
exactly.
good description.
I feel if there was some sort of that was a really great representation.
It
of
was
what
a
the
good, like,
afterlife
if,
could
yeah,
be.
like, if Afterlife was that, like, shit.
Yeah.
It's almost one of those, and I don't truly want this, and nobody actually listens to me. It's almost one of those, shit, you know what? Let's just go walk in front of that car.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, let's try it out. Yeah, I hear you. No,
Yeah.
yeah.
But
If
I
you
don't
knew
wanna do
something like that, yeah, it's like, yeah, why not give it a shot?
Yeah.
But unfortunately, once you take that trip, you can't necessarily.
Well, to be honest,
It's a one-way trip.
Yeah.
I
it's a
am
one-way trip.
fortunate in the current life where, hey, I'm actually happy.
That's true.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
you're,
happy.
You're,
I'm
you're
good.
leading, you're leading a good life,
I'm happy.
and you
I'm cool.
appreciate it. Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Nice.
Deep.
Deep.
Yeah.
We're getting
So
into some
deep.
shit that's kind of
Yeah.
veering off the track here, boys.
I would imagine being parents, though, you must have like I don't want to call it, but I can't think of anything. Irrational fears for your children. I assume that must come into play at some point.
Oh man, not only having children,
I don't know if it's irrational or not.
not even
I'm not
having
a parent.
children, having an autistic child.
Sure.
Who like one of my biggest fears is what's going to happen to him when I can't.
Right.
Yeah, but
You
see,
know,
that's
yeah.
the thing is that is just a proper fear. Right?
Sure. I
It's
don't
not
think there's anything
irrational.
irrational about that. Yeah.
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 Yeah, all you
It's
can
a
do is
proper fear. And
building blocks, right?
well, that's just, I think it's more of one of those, it's a fear and you can't stop what's causing the fear, but you can build and work to ensure that you can reduce and put cushion and all those things.
Yeah.
So it's one of those, to me, that's life. Everybody
Yeah.
has their different variations.
So then what? I might have to Google this then because I don't think we've actually answered the question of. I guess my new question is any fear irrational?
Yes. Balloons.
Why? Why do you say this?
Because-
why are you harping on this one? Like clowns,
Well, that
irrational.
I would think so, but I could see why someone would not think that's irrational.
So the
But
person who
balloons-
has a fear of balloons
Well, here's the
doesn't
thing.
think it's irrational.
Here's the thing. I don't know of any balloon attacks out there. I could be wrong. I don't think that a balloon has gone and
But there's
and hurt
legitimate fears. You could choke on a balloon, it pops and it scares you.
Yeah,
Who?
your jerky
Somebody else can choke on a
father-in-law
balloon?
comes up
Okay.
behind you, pops
Maybe.
a balloon right behind you while you're
Sure.
reading a book, and
Sure.
you jump 10
You
feet
jump
out of
get
your
over
skin.
it.
Somebody
Yep,
could put
sure.
pee in a balloon and throw it at you.
Whoa, who friends
Really?
are you hanging out with?
Yeah, why not?
Hang on, stop hanging with those friends, AJ. They're not good friends.
You
all
can't,
I'm
you can't
saying
come
is-
over anymore.
I just feel like just this whatever about balloons, it seems irrational to me. Just being afraid of any inanimate object.
So then
seems
irrational is subjective.
I would assume it to a degree it is, right?
Yeah, no, that's
Yeah.
Because I would think, to me, having arachnophobia is irrational.
well, no, because there can be spiders that can harm and hurt you.
And they can live
Not
in your
to
house.
the point of death.
Black widows.
Nope.
They can kill you.
I thought, yeah.
Long enough. Yeah, okay.
And there's other spiders out there that are
but like
venomous.
even
enough that
like
can kill you.
tarantulas.
Tarantulas.
Yeah, them's. They no. Apparently, there's not one tarantula that has enough venom in it
No.
to kill a human.
Well, that's fine, but it's that concept potentially.
Right.
Don't get me
Big
wrong.
hairy spiders.
So
I
like
make-
sharks.
I make that defense, and I think I might have mentioned already, but to hell with it, I'll mention
Yeah.
it again.
Sorry. Yeah. I'm just talking about my ass. There's brown recluse spider.
Yeah, there's a lot of fucking
Wolf
scary
spider.
spiders. Yeah.
Okay,
But
so you
still, they
remember.
did. But okay, is it irrational if they don't live like where you live?
A little bit.
A little bit, but
Yeah.
I mean,
While we were up camping, we're ordering food from the campy place or whatever you can get food from. My wife notices quite a large, actually, spider. I will give some credit. The thing was quite large in
Yeah.
size, but it's just a spider here in Ontario. Nothing poisonous about it.
right.
And my wife points it out, and the poor girl that's running it loses her shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I had to literally accidentally walk into the booth to kill and remove the dead spider body.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah.
And why? Because she's deathly afraid of spiders.
Yeah.
Because they're poisonous? No. Just afraid
But like,
of
well,
spiders.
it's that. There's that term, deathly afraid.
Do you know where
Really?
it comes from?
Really,
Okay.
really, you're that afraid of spiders.
And again,
You're that
I
afraid of.
can't speak for her
balloons.
because I don't know her, but I can tell you, based on the reaction alone, I don't think she was faking or just trying to spruce it up. She didn't freak out. She didn't scream. She just stopped.
There's got to be something
Petrified.
there then.
Petrification.
There's got to be something there.
Well, I can't speak to her life, but a lot of people attribute these fears of spiders or snakes or whatever to like our old ancestral lizard DNA from back from whatever, and when we were actually like had those legitimate threats to our species
and less understanding.
right,
And it's built
right.
into her.
right to our
genetics.
I
genetic
get
code. Yeah. Yeah, so a lot of those fears. That's why I still feel balloons are irrational because we did not have ancient balloons.
We had cannonballs.
Sure they did. Sure they did. They
Cannonballs.
had they animal bladders.
Oh, sure. Okay. But
and,
again,
and lungs.
yeah. So I mean, can't speak to her life, but maybe she had something
A
happen.
traumatic
Yeah.
sort of
Yeah, we didn't go that deep. It was
Yeah.
just one of those
like an
moments.
arachnophobia moment.
Yeah, she was
yeah.
definitely having an
I don't know, I
arachnophobia
think-
moment.
I don't know. I know my wife doesn't like ants because she was sleeping in a basement once and woke up and there was like ants like
I have a sister who woke up to ladybugs over her head.
oh, that's
boy.
crazy.
Oh yeah, she freaked the fuck out. Rightfully so.
Well,
Even I would have freaked.
what about Shannon the earwig?
Yep.
Holy fuck! Did you hear about this?
Okay, so that's maybe not an irrational fear.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
not
let's,
irrational.
Can we
I
tell
don't
the
have
audience?
shits in my ears neither.
I know.
Yeah.
Let's tell the audience. So, Shan had this. Dave's wife. Well, you want to tell the story? 'Cause you
Yeah, basically, yeah. We were brewing. I was brewing outside, and suddenly I just heard fuck, 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 fuck. Oh my god! Went inside, and my wife had been complaining about her ear that it was just bugging her. And my sister, for some random reason, like, well, I don't know, maybe tried to just wash her out with some, water or whatever.
Sure, yeah.
They did that, and out came an earwig.
Oh man, don't say that because I feel like there's something in my ear. This was before. I felt like my ear was all clogged up, but I'm pretty sure it's because I use a Q-tip.
You don't do that.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I need to go to one of those places where they like stick the water, shoot the water in your
Yeah.
ear, and all the gunk
Or just
comes
get
out.
one of the squeeze bottles you can get. You can squeeze the water. in
Yeah,
your
you
ear.
can get
Oh yeah, I can get shit like that.
Yeah, you
Oh,
can
okay,
nowadays.
I'll
That's like
look
50
You,
bucks
you
at
have to
Walmart.
lie down.
at that. 50?
15.
Yeah, you lie
50 bucks
down,
for a squeeze bottle. Good
You
lord.
squeeze it, and you sit there for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Well, you just let it sit, and it bubbles and stuff, and then you just rinse and dab.
And then you can just use it in
Oh.
the shower to like maintain.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, look into that.
Way
Yeah.
easier, way
Because
easier.
yeah, it's like I feel like there's like something down up in here, like clogged.
Well, here, turn a little bit.
What's
I was gonna play there is something moving around.
This is great. Great audio for our listeners. I love it.
Actually, no, they understood by the breathing alone
Yeah,
after I
know.
said this. Just the.
I'm glad they get it. I'm glad they get it.
Damn it, Dave.
Yeah, so I could definitely see why she would be afraid of earwigs after that.
Yeah, that's not
Yeah.
irrational
No,
anymore.
definitely
And to be
not.
honest, she's not really afraid of it because it's more of a joke,
Oh,
like,
sure.
yeah, it was a shitty moment, blah blah blah. But in the end, nothing hurt, and really the joke is just now if there happens to be an earwig somewhere, it's just a fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Yeah. My wife's pretty afraid of spiders. I would say that would be her phobia.
Yeah.
She's not a fan. Not a fan. Same idea. But I don't know if she had anything happen to her. I just know she's
Not a fan.
Nikki's not a fan of mice.
Yeah.
But I think it's more of like the concept of dirt or filth or it being dirty. If there's mice, there's dirt. If it's mice, there's mice, it's filthy.
I always thought mice were the cleany ones. It's rats that are the filthies.
I thought it was the opposite.
No, I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure
yeah.
rats are the filthies. Rats you always want to stop, kill, get rid.
Yeah.
Mice are annoying. That's
yeah.
my understanding. I could be wrong.
Yeah.
Listeners can Google or just confirm my
They don't want
rightness.
to be in your house more than you want them in your house.
Unless it's the wintertime and there's food. Then they
Well, yeah,
definitely want to
then
be.
they definitely want to be.
No, no. See,
I think
the
that's the most time I've seen. Like I've only ever seen like one go across the floor or something.
Fuck, I haven't seen a mouse in my house. And
I've never seen one in my house.
House mouse?
Yeah, I've never.
Yeah, it would have been like when I was a kid. I think the last time
Teenagers.
I saw one. Yeah.
Wasn't our
That you
house.
saw-
Oh,
that you saw
yeah.
one.
Okay. Shit. Sorry. Yes, that's right.
Wasn't our house,
That's
but
right.
yeah, we've seen it.
That's true. That's true. Yeah. Some other people's houses.
Yeah, well, house. Somebody
House.
else's house.
Yeah, for Yeah.
But yeah,
Anyways.
no, that one doesn't bug me. No, my big thing in our house is we're pretty good on all those fronts, except for fucking springtime ants.
Oh
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
Fucking ants.
Here and there for us, but not
It's always spring.
bad.
And
You'll see
I've
an ant every once in a while, but not like a fucking line of them or anything.
well, that's fair. We don't see a line per se, but it's get to the point. We always put out the traps and everything, and throughout, basically March, April, May. Yeah, we got to switch those traps out, and you see, usually 2-3 a day, which to me is a lot. Blah blah
Yeah.
blah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. I did. I remember there is one
Fear phobia
Bug.
thing.
insect that I do not fuck with and will not fuck with because they will fucking fuck with you really bad. Centipedes.
I was gonna say the peds.
Yep. I do not fuck with centipedes.
Yeah, I'm not a fan either.
Nope. And I did encounter one, and I fucking jumped 4 feet in the air.
See, I'm
Really?
not-
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
not that bad. I'm
Oh,
more of an
fuck.
ew,
No.
gross,
Well,
gross, get it away,
they-
get it away, gross.
They will. First, they have enough poison that they could take a human out. But also, they will attack at random. They don't have any rhyme or reason as to how they will interact.
Yeah, they're just dicks.
And that's what I fucking hate them. I just don't. I don't. Mm-hmm. I don't know if it's
Yeah,
irrational, but I mean, yeah, I don't know.
Well, it's
To
irrational
the point
here.
where you're gonna jump like 4 feet.
Well, it's because it was.
I think rationality and irrationality. There's like a scale.
It was one of those situations where
true,
I didn't
actually, there
see
is.
it, and then someone pointed it out to me, and then sure enough, I like that bullshit. There's not really that, and sure enough, it was. I was like, "Holy fuck!" It was one of those moments. But then, as the moment happened, I was just cautious. I wasn't like curling up in a
Well,
ball,
because like
crying or anything.
I don't
but-
like skunks, but I wouldn't say I'm afraid of them.
Well, it's one of those
Yeah.
valid reason. Like, yeah,
But I would tangle with a skunk before I tangle with a fucking centipede.
really.
Hell yeah.
Huh.
Hell yeah.
Mm.
Hell yeah. No, listen, trust me.
No, I'd fight a centipede with a shoe before I fought a skunk
Yeah.
with a shoe. Fuck yeah.
Well, that's the way
Yeah.
we're talking weapons. If we're talking traps, I will fucking try to catch a skunk with a trap before I try to catch a fucking centipede with a trap.
Really?
Absolutely.
Nah,
Absolutely.
I'll go after the centipede.
No
thank
way.
you.
No.
I'll take the risk
I've-
of death
I've-
versus
I've
the
done- I've
smell
done
of skunk.
And yeah, I feel you can usher a centipede out of a house with a book or a piece of paper
All right.
better than you could a skunk.
I know who to call when I get a centipede in my house.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
For sure.
I'll fucking.
Centibusters.
I'll still be like ew. I'll be holding it like 6 feet away, or I'll be like, give me
They
the
are
fucking
fucking
dustpan or
fast.
something.
Yeah.
Holy shit. They move
But
fast.
I'll do it.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Anyways.
Or I'll just hit it with shoe.
Reminded me of a bat in the house once. It was fucking hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, another one of those. It was upstairs, and we knew it was there, and the window was still open, thankfully. And we're in there, and I keep waving. They were like, maybe it'll figure it out. Didn't figure it out. Okay, we got to go in. Went in with a blanket covering me, and I keep whipping the blanket.
yeah.
Didn't help, so
With
I
a-
leave. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, all right, screw it. Thankfully, put on somebody's winter jacket that was a touch too small. Did that. Had a hockey helmet on, and then the box still. And I basically was just trying to direct it. Thankfully, it left, and nobody
Yeah.
got hurt. But I was
Reminds me
just,
of that episode
Oh,
of The
God.
Office where Dwight fucking puts on the paintball mask.
it would have been
goes after the
similar-ish. It would have been similar for
yeah.
sure.
For sure.
But really, bat?
Yeah, it was a bat.
But no, like just
I'm not afraid of
like,
bats.
no.
I don't know what it was. Had been drinking. I was at Missy's place up in St. Thomas.
Yeah.
We were having a good party, and her son came down. This is going back 15 fucking years.
Was that also? Did we do something similar at Lyle's place too?
With a bat?
Yeah,
Like a flying bat?
in his sister's room.
like a flying bat.
I'm pretty sure there was a similar situation.
I don't know if I was for that one. I don't have any recollection.
I'm pretty sure you were there, but we both could have.
Maybe I'm merging a memory into one.
Maybe I don't know.
I
But
don't
I
know.
remember that. Yeah. I'm not afraid of bats by any stretch of the means, but you hear all the stories about they may have
Well, getting bit,
diseases,
rabies.
yeah.
It's like seeing a
I
dog.
love the bats.
And I don't want to get bit by a bat and not know what kind of vampire I'm going to turn into. So
could
I don't want to.
You could get bit by a skunk and get the rabies too, though.
That's true. Yeah. And
What about? And I'll get rabies
Go on.
before I fuck with a centipede. What about public speaking for you guys?
I'm all right with that.
Yeah, apparently that's
Yeah.
the number one fear.
well, yeah, and
Above
I get
death
it. I would
is public
say
speaking.
I can
in my
understand.
public speaking life, if I don't prepare something, then there's this like kind of nervousness in me. It's like, oh shit, I'm gonna fuck it up. But then I usually like
give you
after a
that.
minute or so, maybe a minute, kind of fumbling through, I just go into it.
Mm.
Yeah,
But I mean, I get why it's so fearing. Like, fuck yeah, you're up there in front of people trying to say whatever you're trying to say, and be like, fuck,
I don't know.
what
I
do you mean?
don't.
Well, to be
I've
fair,
never-
you're a
never
performer.
It's never connected.
You're a
Even when I was a
performer.
child.
Well, maybe you didn't have the gap too, right? Because when I was a child, I did a whole bunch of storytelling for school and comedy things and things like that. And it wasn't until later in life that I was like, oh shit, should I be doing this? And then those weird little fears came in.
I guess yeah,
You
I never,
kind of rolled right into being a drummer. So,
Yeah,
so
I'm
you
thinking
never
about
really,
it, because
you've always been on
do.
stage in some
I used
degree
to
or
do a thing
another.
called we had a back when it was called the Speech Arts Festival, and you'd go and you'd
Mhm.
say speeches.
I remember
nice. Yeah,
those.
yeah, yeah.
already written or
Yep.
poems or whatever, right? So I used to do those all the time, and then
Yep.
I became a musician.
Yeah.
I'm the other side usually. So speeches in front of a mass crowd, a group don't bug me. One-on-ones, those
Really?
I am more uncomfortable with.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Personal one-on-one. So
Gotcha.
if I'm in a one-on-one in a business situation, like I'm hiring somebody, getting hired, talking for one-on-one from a business where it's just, hey, professional, this is the things, like it's not really me.
Right.
It's just a professionalism. That one doesn't bug me too much. In fact, not at all really.
So it's
Especially if you're in your element, right?
It's the Dave.
Yeah.
We gotta talk.
No, not even that. Because if I know the person, that's fine.
Right.
It's the random stranger or somebody by extension, like, not less now, but back in the day, stuck in a room with just Shan's mom.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay.
Or it's not just because she's my, mother. Well, it wasn't at the time, but still, you know what I mean? But it's also just the one-on-one type thing. That one where it's not someone I know. Strangers I'm a little better with because it's stranger. I'm not going to see you again. It's those middle people where by extension, there's an extension
Right.
and the
Yeah,
knowledge.
I guess I could say the same about Nikki's parents. 'Cause we
Yeah.
don't see them as much, and
Yeah.
they're not as involved.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
But yeah, we don't see them as much as my parents.
Yeah, right.
Probably because my parents are a little bit older, so they're trying to
Get
take
that.
every piece of time they can, especially
Yeah.
with their grandchild, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Because I don't think Nikki, like if I were to take off and leave Nikki with my mom, no, fuck, I took off for a week up north and left Nikki with my mom, and she was fine.
Mhm.
Right.
At least that's
Yeah.
I
What
heard.
she told you.
At least that's what I was told.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, I don't.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I
just
can see that.
that's one of those things. I wouldn't call it a fear. I feel like I am uncomfortable by it.
Right. It's
Public
awkward.
speaking, I'm
Awkward.
fine with.
Yeah.
But it's
Well,
that.
some people are like one of those like you in heights when it comes to public speaking.
Yeah,
right?
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, I'm more like that with that. One removed person that I should try to. How about them Blue Jays? Shit of this nature. And
Oh,
I just,
okay, yeah.
I have no idea. And they say things to me, and I just, I try to respond, and yeah.
Like they start talking about software programming and just
Ask me questions about what exactly it is and stuff.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
And then you get a blah blah blah.
And
blah,
I give
blah,
them an
blah.
answer, and then they just look at me with glossed eyes going,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
oh.
Those kind of conversations, right?
Yeah.
I thrive in those awkward situations.
Yeah, no, I'm not a fan.
I'm great.
And again, like most things in life, at least from my perspective, I am definitely a lot better now than when I was a teenager.
Sure.
It is, again, another one of those things about being a parent where, at least in my case, I see my kids sometimes do and react to things, and I'm like, definitely my kids.
I didn't know where they got that from. Yeah.
So we've learned that Dave and I have more fears and phobias than Chris.
Yes.
I'm afraid of land sharks.
Yep. Terrified of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like seriously,
If you fucking
if I saw a shark walk by that window right now, I'd lose my fucking mind.
if a fucking street
I
shark
think I would
started
I'd be under
rolling
this table.
I
on
would.
the fucking street outside here,
A street shark?
street shark.
Oh fuck no.
Oh fuck no,
No.
that's not happening. No street sharks.
Biker mice from Mars I can handle.
Those are cool.
Biker mice from Mars I can handle.
Nikki will not fuck with biker
No,
mice from
probably
Mars.
not.
No, she will not.
Probably not.
The important thing is if I ever saw any of these things, I try to at least get a pic.
Well, like a street shark?
Yeah.
A land shark?
If we saw a land shark, that would be the news everywhere.
Rightfully so.
Yeah.
Of course, it's one of those things, though. Even if it truly somehow happened, I know we can't, but imagine a moment where this truly happened and you were right there.
Oh,
You could take a video, a picture, everything, but even nobody's ever going to fucking
Doesn't
believe
believe
me.
this shit. Exactly.
Well, especially nowadays with Photoshop.
Well, that's just
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Nobody will
CG.
ever believe this.
You
So
didn't see
true.
a fucking
You would
land
share a video like
shark.
this, and they would call it going, yeah, that's obviously CG. Like,
Are you
good
afraid
Lord.
of human centipedes?
Oh, yeah. The movie was rough.
No, I'm not.
I'm only afraid of
'Cause I
that
don't
movie because
think-
it's fucked up.
I mean,
Don't watch
I will
it.
try to avoid watching it.
Do
of
not
what I've-
watch.
or other than what I've already watched.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, watch it.
Do
No,
not.
Watch it all.
okay.
Do
Watch it
not.
till-
Don't.
Because we were having the conversation the other night about it out in the parking lot after we
Yes, we
wrapped up
were.
here.
Yeah.
And I went on the Wikipedias and was like, there was a third one. What was the third one? I started reading the synopsis for it. I'm like, yeah, I remember I watched that and I shouldn't have. Because it just goes off the rails, man. It's like the first one's off the rails. The second one's beside the rails. The other one's on the road.
Getting run
On its
over
way
by
to the
transport trucks
In a boat.
constantly on the road in a boat. Nice.
Yeah.
That's bad news bears.
Yeah, I know.
It's
As I've
fucked,
said,
man.
we talked about it at some point. Yeah, I watched 10, 15 minutes or something of the first one. Yeah, that was enough.
Oh god.
Maybe it was a little longer, but
They're
I did not
even
finish.
Fucking good. They're not well made either. They're not.
They,
fun-
they
anyway,
are the type.
I would say the first one was the best made.
I guess.
Of
Yeah.
all of them. It
Yeah.
was the most
I didn't watch the
cinematic.
others. Yeah, I
Yeah.
didn't watch the others. But they're those type of movie where they know they don't need to make it well
That's
because
right.
they're about to show things.
Oh yeah.
Do you think it's like the Sharknados of the world where they're like, oh fuck, we could be as bad as we want?
Sharknado could be as bad as you want, but they're also in that groove of being as bad as
And
they
That's
want.
I don't
true.
think-
That's true.
I don't think that. I have a feeling that Sharknado didn't start out with because I remember there was a whole host of those kinds of movies that were trying to be serious type
Right,
movies
right.
like Shark to Squid and shit like that, right? And it was
Or
all
Twister.
These or Twister.
Oh, Twister was a good
Volcano.
one.
But yeah, it was, and they were trying to serious movies, but obviously we know they're not going to. I think after the first Sharknado, that's when they started to ride this is what we've got here.
Right.
We're gonna purposely,
Oh, okay,
we're
gotcha.
gonna lean into the camp.
Yeah, they
now.
didn't realize it was going to be that bad, and then it's like, oh wow, fuck, we may as well. This is
But
what we're gonna make money
because
now.
of the cult
Yeah.
following of how bad
Right.
the first one was, they were just like, "Fuck it, we're gonna keep going," because people now want this shit.
Whereas Human Centipede was like, oh no, we're
Oh no, there were humans out there that wanted that shit.
They're,
they
they're-
right in
three.
their mouths,
Three.
right in their mouths. That's where they want
Three.
it.
They made three.
They made three.
Right.
Oh, just do a kind of fish.
Yeah.
Oh no, cut it!
No kind of fish.
Yeah.
Okay.
To a certain extent, those movies sometimes it's like snakes on a plane. It's just oh, why?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does make you wonder. It's like, wow, someone gave them money to make that movie. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yep.
They
Somebody
hired those
thought
people.
that script, that
Yes,
idea
yeah.
was good.
And they said, "Yeah, no, green like that. Yeah, let's make that happen." And they're
Right.
like, "We're gonna those people that are acting in the movie." They said, "Yeah, no, I definitely want to be a part of this project."
I mean, at
Instead of
least, at least Sharknado had the fact that it was going to be low budget and on the Sci-Fi Channel in the first place, so the
Yeah.
expectations were
That's true.
the
yeah.
bar wasn't too high in the
and
first place.
You're not dedicating yourself that much to that project. Sure you are, but if you're an actor, you're probably doing a few days work tops. You know what I mean? It's not like you're doing a lot. Whereas
Well, and Tara Reid and Ian Ziering probably needed a buck or two.
probably
At that
did. They were thinking of you.
Samuel L. motherfucking Jackson
Couple of bucks.
didn't need to be involved in this fucking horse
No,
shit.
that's true. And the Human Centipede movies, like they were trying to be what they were. So
They were
anyway.
they were also indie,
Yeah.
sure,
right? So
Yeah.
Yeah.
It happens.
this
Yeah.
whole conversation just took a turn.
Yeah.
no, we're- yeah. All right. Are we? Oh, do you wanna
Apparently,
talk
we
more?
know our phobias.
We clearly know. Yeah.
Our phobias is top. Our top collective phobia is staying on topic.
Stand up topic. Yeah, we clearly are terrified of doing that. Yeah, that's right. Do we have any other irrational fears, gentlemen?
No, I think I've learned some things though. I think because like you said, it was my question, it was my topic, and
Yeah.
I feel like rational versus irrational is this whole like scale of how almost nonsensical the idea gets. Right?
Yes.
Like I'm scared of being bit by a spider. I'm scared of being taken to a spider's web and rolled up and eat, like you know what I'm saying? Like that
That's fair.
extreme.
Yeah.
But there are like balloons.
Sure.
There are people who are
Yep.
legitimately cower in the fucking corner if they see a balloon
Yep.
Yep.
person, right?
Yep.
Whereas, we might not be scared of it, but we don't like it if somebody come up and pop a balloon behind you.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Wow,
And
that's startling.
so
Yeah.
rational fear versus irrational. There is a
It is a scale.
There is a
It's
scale there.
That's what
Yeah.
I think I've learned here.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Interesting.
That is a good way to. I like that
Excellent.
description.
Yeah, let's wrap it on that. You out there, do you have your irrational fear? Do you have rational fears? Do you think what we were talking about was crazy? We want to know. Let us know in the comments what you thought about this conversation about our fears and beyond. And let us know your thoughts too, because we want to have those types of conversations to keep this conversation going.
Conversation about irrational
Yeah,
fears.
let's do
Sorry
it.
for
That's
interrupting.
whatever.
I'm just,
I know, it's ridiculous. Yeah, just keep a chain of fucking fears in the comments, and we'll just keep
Oy vey.
commenting on those, and it'll just be a fear chain. We'll put the fears out there. If you like what we're doing and you like Sarcastic Distractions, we have ourselves a little buy me a coffee link. You can throw us a buck or two in there to help keep the lights on and buy some bubblies and all that good
Buy
stuff.
some bubbly.
And for anyone out there that's not necessarily feeling well mentally, we just want to let you know you're not alone. The whole world's feeling the same way. But it's important to talk about this stuff because you matter not just to us, but to those that are around you. So we're going to have some links in our description for you to seek out any mental assistance you may need. But until next time, I've been Harvey.
I'm to Dave.
And from me and the centipede on Chris's knee,
Yeah.
I'm AJ.
Motherfucker, there's no centipede in my knee.
Just you.
No, but
You
there's
lying son of a
there's a
bitch.
millipede in your
Oh,
butt.
they're not poisonous. I'm not afraid of those things. And just like that, you got yourself sarcastically distracted. Thanks so much for hanging out with us. Have yourself a wonderful night. Peace.
Take care, all.
Bye now.